I have a voice. However, it is not the voice you might expect from a young Aboriginal man. We meet here today on land where decisions have been made for Indigenous people for almost 100 years. A place where our people still live, dream, and grow. And today, right now, we have a new voice to be heard. It is the land of the Ngunnawal and Ngambri, and I'd like to pay my deepest respects to the elders of the past, the present, and of the future, and acknowledge my Indigenous brothers and sisters in the room here today. I'm a Worimi man from the mid-north coast of New South Wales. My family stemmed from the first recorded birth in a cave in the mountains of Gloucester, a connection that continues to live on hundreds of years later through me. It was not until my late teens that I became aware of my Aboriginal heritage. Forced to grapple with their true identity and the government policy at the time, my great-great-grandfather committed suicide in an attempt to protect the family he had created. An intentional act to resist and hide a rich history, one that has slipped from the hearts and minds of so many. Since connecting back with my culture, I've been on a mission to understand who I am and who we are as people. What our story and songlines are as Indigenous people around the world, and what we are here on this earth to achieve. My views have been grown and nurtured on the land of my people, where my family continue to farm today. It is a place of soul, of spirit, and of wisdom, whispered through over 40,000 years of agrarian practices and dreams to feed our families and to feed our minds. As an Indigenous, agricultural and environmental campaigner, I'm often left dreaming to the future. I feel a responsibility to create something better, to make up for the shortcomings from the past and from today. Through my visits to the remote communities across Northern Australia and to the mission of my people in Foster, the potential lies dormant. It is in the hearts and spirits of our youth, in the eyes of the tired elders, and in the lands we are connected to around us. Our songlines, the golden threads that have weaved us together for generations, have the wisdom for the future, and that knowledge is there to be shared with all of us. I would like my voice to be the voice of connection, of invitation, to weave our Indigenous songlines with the greater story of the world. We are the people of the dreaming, with our story and songlines protected in the minds of our old people. A culture with interpretations hidden in the art located in the caves and the canvases that we share. And a culture thriving through the dancing in the sand and dirt of the bush and on the concrete encapsulating the sacred land of the cities. We are the people who have fought around the world. The names of Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Muhammad Ali, joining the Aboriginal activists here at home, the likes of Vincent Lingiari, Mum Shirl, in an attempt to simply allow life. In the early 1960s, black society from across the world consolidated in the promise of a dream of freedom, equality, and respect. We rallied behind the vision of Dr. King, hoping that his intuition and foresight would wash upon the shores of Australia and be extended to our Indigenous brothers and sisters around the world. Yet from the red dirt desert core of our nation, the heart of the Amazon rainforest, and the origins among the sea ice people of the Arctic, our Indigenous culture remains forcibly detached and forgotten from mainstream society. But we have the opportunity to change this. While the vision for the dreaming lives on in all of us, and the motivation to make it happen has bred Indigenous success, it is time we stop fighting. It's time we let go of the angry black voice that has been adopted in the past, and that we instead hear a new voice, a voice of promise, true reconciliation, and positivity. Today, I want to share with you the story of the quiet voices, the majority that motivate and inspire action through culture and mentoring, rather than demanding change through anger-fueled public demonstration. We have a new voice to be heard, to weave us all together. It is the voice of connection beyond inclusion. By incorporating Indigenous values into mainstream society, we have the opportunity to create a better future. A world of positivity, abundance, true sustainability for all. We just need a shared, true, singular vision of what that is. So what does incorporating Indigenous values look like? What values are so entrenched into the Indigenous culture that we can use together to create a better future? Where do we begin? Connection, sustainability, and story. Connection. We are the people of the land. It is a place where Indigenous culture, wisdoms, and spirits lie, where the core connection is made and relished. It is where we go to truly feel at home, to revive, relax, refocus. From the earth that we walk on, the water that flows around us, and the air that we breathe, our connection to place at that time is what makes us who we are. But our meaning of connection goes beyond this. It is the connection to self, to purpose, and to community that keeps our dreaming stories and our culture alive today. It is found in the rich, dark blood in our people right around the world. It binds us and connects us, no matter what mob, tribe, or people you belong to. Our connection is not forced or demanded. It is shared and felt, as we take the opportunity to share our dreaming and our culture with others. This is our opportunity to connect with who we are, where we belong, and what our purpose is. The actions to do this are simple. Share a little bit. Listen deeply to others with purpose, and understand more about their backgrounds. At the Paris Climate Talks last year, I met my brothers and sisters from Kiribati. They shared with sorrow the fear of them losing their home to rising sea levels. And we discussed our mutual hopes for the future. We discussed the fear of them becoming climate refugees, similar to our friends from war-torn countries, and how we could connect through story to keep our culture alive. In their story, I found a human connection, that we are more or alike than different, that we are all one people, that we can all connect. Through connection, we will get to share our societal dreaming, our vision for the future, and how we can all get there together. A common dream as one. Sustainability. Land is a source of connected life, where a place which supports and nourishes Indigenous culture, customs, and wisdom. It is a place where dreaming and spirituality bond with the material world for sacred meaning, where a lack of possession encourages preservation for the future. This forms a commitment to the people who walk the land after us, rather than those who walk the land with us today. While we too want change for today and tomorrow, Indigenous culture focuses on preparing and creating a better future 7 generations into the future. This means that short-term benefits and profits should be surrendered for long-term gains. Sustainability is more than just today or tomorrow. It is a kept wealth for the future. Dream to your descendants in the future in 7 generations' time. What actions have you made today that may potentially impact them? What can you change right now to ensure that you can communicate with them or create a better future for them hundreds of years from today? For me, this understanding of sustainability drives my advocacy work. It informs the way my family manage our farm, and it drives me and motivates me to create a better future, not just for today or tomorrow, but something hundreds of years into the future. It is shared when my family and fellow farmers plant more native species for the wildlife on their farm and skip a year of growing crops, refusing to neuter their property for a short-term cash crop windfall. Instead, they breathe. They look over the land of their ancestors and dream beyond this year's profit, making a decision to protect the family and their farm and allowing it to thrive for their great-grandchildren. I'm privileged to work with these people across the world who incorporate these values into their businesses and farming principles today. They each share a passion for the future, not just for the youth of today, but those hundreds of years later. Story. To ensure we share the lessons of today, we need to embrace story. Story is where our wisdom, law, Aboriginal law, and culture lies and is passed down. It is our identity. It is where we find our purpose, why we are here, what we should become. It is how we connect, relate, and discover our lost past. It is the story and songlines that define us, telling and teaching our people their way of life and what they should become. They are kept in the wisdom of our old people and our young people, ensuring that they are told with elegance and precision depending on age, location, and life. They are the whispers of more for society to create a better future. Formed and told through the dancing and the celebration, the songlines and the music, and the art located in the caves and on the canvas we share, our story is timelessly bound for interpretation and reflection into the future. Today, we have the opportunity to record our stories in any medium, at any time. An opportunity to teach lessons of today to the people of tomorrow. It means actually recording them, not just hoping that the time to share will come later. It occurs in our culture when we are welcomed or acknowledge the land in which we meet. Hearing the stories and songlines of the people who have walked the land before us, before together sharing the future, dreaming and songlines. Story has taught me the way of our people, why we are here and where we will go. It has been the lost ends, the unsaid words, and the hidden emotions now flowing that have informed the journey I'm on today and where I'm going. My story has been informed from what I've learnt from our people when we get together. the sacred words and lessons of our elders. My interactions with Indigenous people from around the world, and the whispers when the wind blows, the rain falls, and the waves crash on the beach. It has become the story of opportunity, of change, of wisdom. By the edge of the river on our farm, I imagine sitting with all my brothers and sisters, dreaming and singing the songlines of the past, listening to each other, laughing together, crying together, and dreaming together. And as we honour and respect the story and songlines of our old people, we begin to start dreaming and singing the new songlines of the future. Hear my voice. It is the voice of connection, an opportunity for change.